Hey all, Lawrence from Express Unity, and today we are going to be doing a little something simple. We're going to be remaking our alert system that we ended up messing around with in our multiplayer FPS tutorials. I believe that was episode 1 and 2 that we ended up getting that finished off. Um, so the reason why I'm redoing it again, we're going to be making it slightly better, but the reason why I'm redoing it again is because I am currently recording in my new studio space, and I'm just wanting to make sure everything is recording correctly. It's all sounding nice. In my new location where I am, there is several other studios, offices, and factories around me, so there might be a lot of noise during any of my streams or videos. So I just wanted to, do a bit of a test run and make sure it's all working correctly, and at least sounding somewhat decent. Um, so basically, this is going to lead up towards our stream that we end up doing next week, if all goes well. So basically, I'm going to do this alert system that we're going to use throughout the stream. On top of that, the next video, I'm going to basically go over again, just in a separate video, how we connect PlayFab and Photon together, just in like a 15-minute to 20-minute video, so that you guys don't need to watch an entire 2-hour stream just to learn how to connect those two. So yeah, both those videos are gonna lead up to the stream, and then on the stream we're gonna start off with figuring out how we can do email verification, because I myself have actually not done that yet with PlayFab. So again, on the stream, I'm just gonna bring up the documentation and basically just go everything with you guys, read over it, and see how we can implement email verification with PlayFab. So yeah, let's just get started. Let's go into the Unity project. Excuse me. So I have imported the UI pack that I ended up making. Again, this is something you guys can pick up on my Discord server, just under free assets. It's just down there. You just download it, put it in your Unity project, and then you just set it to Sprite 2D. So let's create a canvas. Sorry, I say let's save the scene, but there's nothing in the scene to save. But yeah, let's create a canvas and scale with screen size 920 by 180. Default HD size, and just make sure our game resolution is 69. Okay, so basically just something very simple here is we're just going to create a line. There it is, an image. Another thing is I'm currently on a new system for my studio, so I think I've downloaded all the requirements I need to run Unity and Visual Studio and all that stuff. So hopefully there's no crashes or problems. So yeah, that's another reason why I'm just testing everything out before I stream, because I'd hate to start streaming and then everything just crashes and dies on me. Okay, so this image is going to be the container for our alert, so we'll just like that, somewhere like that, and make the source image the box fill that we have here. This is going to be a kind of good UI for us, so that we can pop that over here, so that say if it's a warning alert, we can change the outline red. If it's a success alert or something like that, or warning, we can change the color here depending on what the message is. So yeah, we're just gonna call this something like alert holder, and then inside here we are going to have a text that we will be editing in our script. Drag it, something like that, and we'll say best fit. We'll give it the white color, and I believe I imported some fonts here. Yeah. Can't remember what one I was using. We'll go with Mono Fonto. And then just some placeholder text. This is a basic. I can't spell basic alert. And then we are also going to add a button. Just basically going to fit this to the outer edge here, just make it look somewhat nice. I don't have any square buttons in my UI pack, so I'm just going to use the default one. Then we will just best fit, expand it a bit, and then just make this say okay. Okay, so this is pretty much the scene. So let's quickly just save this, and we will save this. Okay, it's already there. So we will save this as alerts, and then we will just add this to our build settings. And let's start off by creating a UI variables script. And this is something I've recently just started doing, really. I kind of think it's a little bit easier to kind of have all the variables or UI fields that you want to edit in a single file. And then you just reference this one file and then get the data you need. So in this case, maybe we make a public text array. And this is, we'll just call it text. And then I think that'll do us for now. But yeah, basically if I wanted to reference buttons or input fields or anything else like that, I'd just put it in the script. And then what I would usually do is put this script inside my canvas. And then this is the text field we want to edit. So we just drag that inside that array. So whenever we want to reference this text field, we just basically find UI vars and then edit that text element. So let's alert panel. So let's give that tag of alert panel. Yeah, I did go through this once before and then realized that my sound was very, very broken. So we are kind of redoing this for the second time here. So yeah, that's why there's going to be a few bits remaining, but it's not, it's not anything important. Just make a new tag, call it whatever you want. I've called mine alert panel. And now what we need to do is basically just create an alert script. So I'm just going to call it alert. And again, Unity does this thing of opening Visual Studio without anything being there. Okay, so this alert script, we are going to want a few things. Let's go with a string, we'll call this message. And then maybe we want a public enum, and this is going to be message type. And we'll do something like print info accept warning. This would say accept deny warning. So then print will just be a white color, info will be blue, accept will be green, deny will be red, and warning will be yellow. And then we'll say message type. Oops, this will be type. Okay. And then we want to say public alert. And then inside here will be a string. This will be our message. And then after that will be our message type, which we will call type. I apologize if I'm making a lot of errors in my typing. It is so cold in my studio right now. I cannot feel my fingers at all. Okay, so then all we want to do here is say this.type is equal to type, and then this.message this dot message message. We don't really need this for this instance because they're not the same wording. So this basically refers to this script, and then just having type refers to the type inside of this particular function here. But yeah, so that'll set what we want. And now we don't really need a start or update here, but we want a public operator, because this is again going to need to be a coroutine, and then we will say, what do we want to say? Something like create maybe. And then this is going to be a yield. Yield return, and then this will be we want to be using what is it? Unity engine.scene management, and then this will be scene manager.load scene, and we want to load our alerts scene. What's going on here? This is we want to load it async. Sorry, so this will be dot load scene async. Then inside here will be alerts, and then we want to pass through load scene mode and additive. So basically what this will do now is it'll wait for the scene to load before proceeding. Make sure I did name that scene correctly. It is indeed alerts. Okay. So now underneath this, what we can do, so just to make sure it's all working and whatnot, let's just go ahead and say UI vars is equal to game object dot get find object with tag. This will be alerts panel, I believe I called it, or was it alert panel? Alert panel. Okay. And then we just do don't get component UI vars. Alright, so now that we have that, you can basically just say vars.text with our array index of 0, dot text again is equal to our message. We won't bother with any colors or anything like that for now, we just want to make sure it's all working. And another thing we will add inside the UI vars, basically anything in the UI vars is going to be UI related. So let's just make a public void, and we'll just call this close alert. And then in here we'll just say scene manager in there. Put that in there, or did it do it automatically? Maybe it's automatically filling it out because I already did this once. But we want to unload scene async, and we want to unload alerts. I think that's all we need to give it. Yeah, I don't think we need to give it anything else. So now on this button here, we want to give it the canvas, and we want to reference UI and close alert. Awesome. So if we now go ahead and create a new scene, create a new game object and call this test alert, and then we want to create, I'll just call this script test, and once made, we drag that in there. Alright, so what we can do now is start coroutine, and we can say new alert. We want to pass in our message. This is a test alert, yay. And then we want to pass in our message type. Now, right now, we don't have this functionality set up, but let's just, for example, make this alert.message.accept. And then we want to do dot create. So this should be able to, you just run this in any script that has a mono behavior attached to it, and you should now be able to just pop up a alert message wherever you are. Let's give this a quick test. Let's run it. And there we are. The alert runs. So one problem we do have is whenever we, let's just quickly save this. We'll save this as a test. Okay, so basically we don't want the directional light and camera. That can go. Now if we go back here and we run this, we should on the alert script we can remove the mono behavior because we're not doing anything with mono behavior here. And now this should run without any errors or warnings, like so. And when we click OK, the scene is unloaded. Okay, so now we want to basically change our sprite color, right? So again, UI vars. Let's go ahead and create a public image array. We'll just call this images. And let's, you know what? Let's also, let's also create a button array. Call this buttons, so that we can also change the color of our button. All right, go back into our alerts scene. Now canvas, we want to add this. So this is our main image that holds our box fill sprite. So we drag that into images. And then for our buttons, we just drag the button into buttons. That should be all that we need to do there. Now, let's underneath our text here, let's make a new switch. This switch will be of our type. And then we can say case message type dot accept and then break. So let's copy this a few times and add the relevant settings here. So this next one will be deny. This one will be info. Next one after that will be print. After this one will be warning. And now we basically need to reference that that image. So we vars of image or images, index of 0, dot color, and then color for this will be color dot green. We'll just use the default colors here, but you can customize this however you please. This will be color dot red. This will be color dot, maybe we make this one cyan. This will be just normal. So we'll just make this one white, and then warning can be yellow. Alrighty, so now when we run this, we should get a green box around our text. So let's quickly give it a test. Oh, that's what we want. We want to run our test scene here. Excuse me. There we go. Now we've got a green box around. And now we want to basically do the same thing for our button. So we will say vars.buttons. Then we'll say dot game object or get component. No, I could have actually just added this. Yeah, let's do this actually. Let's go back to alerts. And instead of the button being button, let's this also has an image. Let's just reference that in the images area as well, because this will make it easier. And we can just copy and paste this again. So, but instead of the index being 0, it'll now be 1. And that's basically how easy it is to switch UI up there if we wanted to add any more or any new ones. So now if we run our test scene, we should now get a green box with a green button. Okay, it goes. And then if we want to say something else, something more practical, your user name or password did not match our system. Something like that. And we, instead of doing .accept, we can do .deny. And then if we play that, we now get a red box, but green. Oh, wait. I never changed this. So this will need to be red, this will be cyan, be white, and this will be yellow. Awesome. Now if we play this, we get that box color and the button color to be correct. And there it is. A little bit overwhelming, but you know, you can tweak that. Your username or password did not match our system. Easy as that. And now we could go into maybe some positions, change the position of the message box here. How do this? I think we just go ahead and create a game object array on our UI. And we'll just call this objects. And then back in our alert scene, we just drag the, here we drag our alert holder inside that, give that a save and go back. And now we want to have a new vector to position. And this is, so now we're going to make two versions of this. One is just going to be a normal message. If you do this, it'll be in the center of the screen. The other will now have a vector to position. You can say this dot position is equal to pose. And then over here, because we still need to fill out the position, I believe we can just make this a vector 2.0. All right. So now underneath here we can say vars dot objects 0 and dot transform dot position equal to I can't remember if we need to do this in screen space. I believe we do. So in that case, I think we need to do camera dot main dot weld screen point, I believe. We want to make a new vector 3. We'll say position dot x, position dot y, and for whatever reason, I found that this doesn't work correctly unless there's some depth to it. So we'll make the z2. And then that should be good for our position. Okay. So now over here in our test, and now just add a user 2, and just for testing, let's just go 100 by 100 because we know that that will not be exactly centered. Let's just see where our UI ends up. Probably somewhere off screen. Yeah, okay, so way over there. Let me see. If we make this 0, 0, is that still visible? We want it. If it's still 0, 0 and it's in the center, should still be good. Okay, so 0, 0 is indeed in the center. You know what it's doing? So I believe it's just from 0 to 1, so 0.3f will make it, let's see here. It either did not change or I didn't change it enough. Let's go for a 10. Let's see how that is. Okay, it is working, but it's in smaller increments. So maybe I was wrong, and we don't actually need. Just do this. Let's just try it. So we'll just pass in position. Okay, let's just test that out and see where that ends up. The corner now. Okay. Oops. Again. Okay, yeah. So to get it into screen space, I think this is the most accurate way to do it. But you'll be using smaller values. And then of course, if we don't have this at all, it should still be in the center of our screen. Yeah. Awesome. And just test this again. Maybe it is a warning that we want. And we can say something like, you have been disconnected. Something like that, right? So now both our box and button should be yellow. There it is. We can press OK and the message goes away. And that can be done in any scene, in any script, by just running start coroutine, new alert, and then, you know, all the functions and whatnot. But yeah, that's basically going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it wasn't too scuffed with with all the new audio settings because I've moved. But yeah, if you guys need any help or anything, we do have a Discord server that you can join, and there's a lot of helpful people there. If they'd be willing to help you, I'd be willing to help you. Just shoot us a message. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you thought. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.